Why is the cross important to us? And why do we make the sign of the cross? The cross is important to us because it is the instrument of salvation, without which we cannot go to heaven, without which the eternal chasm or abyss or distance between God and man cannot be bridged. The cross is the bridge between God and you, between God and us. And why do we make the sign of the cross? We make the sign of the cross because the cross is our badge. The cross is our identity. We live by the cross. The cross is in us. Jesus is in us. How? Our second reading today from the letter of Paul to the Romans, sabi po doon, through baptism, you have been signed into the life of Jesus and unto his death. When we were baptized, we were signed with that indelible mark of the cross of Jesus, and that is our identity. That is why we make the sign of the cross as often as we can, many times in a day even. Not just to scare the demons away. Yes, they are scared when we make the sign of the cross. The devils, the demons, they run away from us. Why? Not because of the ritual per se, but because of Jesus in us. Because of Jesus in us. 3 points for reflection lang po to. My second point. What then is the challenge for all of us? If the cross is the instrument of salvation more than any gold the world can offer, put the world together, it cannot be equal with the cross. If the cross is the instrument of salvation, then we must carry the cross. Do not compromise the weight of the cross. Carry the cross. God reminds us, hindi siya nagbibigay ng mga cross na hindi natin kaya. Kung anong cross mo yung binibigay niya sa atin araw-araw, ibinigay niya dahil kaya natin. Maybe we just refuse to see the truth. Maybe we have so many attachments in the world. Maybe our values are not coming from Jesus. Our values come from the world and the flesh and the devil. And that is why we find it hard to carry the cross of Jesus. So it needs re-examining. Because the truth is clear. The gospel today from the Gospel of Matthew, ang sabi po, whoever does not carry his cross is not with me. He is against me. Whoever refuses to carry his cross cannot follow me. It is as clear as the daylight. No need to open our dictionaries to be able to understand what Jesus said in the gospel today. And so how do we carry our cross? Do we compromise? Have we thrown our crosses away? Please do not. Now my third point, where will this bring us when we carry our cross faithfully, sincerely, and humbly after Jesus? When we carry the cross, we will be given blessings and more blessings in life. Blessings can only be had through the cross and never without the cross. Sa mga bata po dito, mga nag-graduate sa high school, elementary, college, you worked for it. You carried your cross. Nagsunog po kayo ng kilay hanggang nasunog talaga yung kilay. You carried your cross. And finally, you had your diploma. The first reading today from the second book of Kings, the story of Elisha, prophet Elisha, who was welcomed into a house by a woman. And whenever Elisha would go to that place, the woman would always welcome him together with her husband. And when Elisha noticed that they had no child, alam niyo po, nung una, ikinahihiya po ng couple pag wala silang anak. And so Elisha prayed for them. And one day Elisha said to the woman, "Mark this, woman, next year at this very hour, may karga-karga ka ng anak. May kalong-kalong ka ng anak. Next year at this time." Humihingi po tayo ng grasya, right? But before we receive the grace, kung ano mang grasya yon, manalo ng loto, kahit impure blessings, hingin natin sa Panginoon. There is one thing that the Lord asks of us. Alam mo, I am generous, He says. But before I give you the blessings, carry your cross first. Carry your cross first. And you know, when we do that, along the way, we will be purified. We will realize na, hindi pala will ng Panginoon na manalo ako sa loto. Kasi yung pera ko dapat hindi sa sugal, kundi dapat sa pamilya ko. And then one day you wake up realizing, I will not. Lord, hindi ko nahihingin yung manalo ako sa loto. Okay na po, blessings na lang for my family. We are purified in the process. And until that day, we realize what are the real graces that we should ask for. The graces that the Lord will give to us. Ang totoong mga grasya. At ano yung totoong grasya? Ang totoong grasya ay yung mga grasya na magdadala sa atin sa langit. Ang totoong grasya ay yung magdadala sa atin, yung mga relationships natin, may reconciliation, may pagpapatawad. These are the real graces. And what good is it if we become the richest man in the whole world, but we are isolated from the hearts of peoples? Sabi ng isang writer, ang tao nakarating na sa buwan, 1968, 69 ba yun? Sina Mark Aldrin, di ba? Nakarating na sa buwan, pero sa puso ng kanyang kapitbahay, hindi pa nakapasok. Real graces. Many times, we ask for fake graces, ang hindi totoo. Yung panandalian lamang, fleeting graces. And yet, if we be honest, as we carry the cross, the Lord will lead us to what are these real graces we should be asking for. And so, number one, the cross is important because it is a sign of salvation, and we make the sign of the cross because that is our identity. That is who we are, through the grace of baptism. Number two, Jesus reminds us, carry your cross. Whoever does not carry his cross is not able to follow after me. And number three, the cross is the source of blessings. And that is why I would like to remind you, Father Gon, as we install you as the new moderator of the team of pastors here, the cross should be always at the center of your life. Carry the cross so that our brothers and sisters may learn how to follow you. If you live your life as a priest without carrying the cross, one day, these brothers and sisters will sense you are not carrying a cross at hindi ka totoo sa pagkapari mo. Only the cross will make you a real priest after the example of Jesus. And so, Father Gon, embrace the cross, follow Jesus, and pray for God's blessings to our brothers and sisters by means of the cross. God be praised.